Hi, this is Professor Favors. So I wanted to introduce you to the Purdue OWL website. It is for MLA works cited sources, electronic sources. Most of the source materials that you will use and incorporate into your papers will be from or will be under the format of MLA. MLA stands for Modern Language Association, and it is a citation referencing style. So you will have access to a downloadable document or at least a link to this website here, and then also use it to as a guide to create the entries for all of your required sources. So let's look at MLA works cited electronic sources, web publications, and the information that you see here. It derives from the MLA handbook. So before we had sort of like online access to works cited, MLA works cited pages, we actually had a handbook, and MLA still publishes an actual handbook, and sometimes in different editions. This is the online sort of representation or demonstration of the MLA handbook. All right, so when we are formatting for MLA, specifically for online sources, there's information that you need to know. So I'm just going to scroll down a bit. And the information that you need to know the most out of everything is basic style for citations of electronic sources, including online databases. So if you are formatting, say, an article, like a HuffPost article, you'll usually have an author's name. But when you don't have an author's name, you just go down the list. The article name in quotation marks is always the title of the article. Okay. So if we were looking at this as an online source, the title of this would be MLA Works Cited Electronic Sources Web Publications in quotation marks. We don't see an author here. So we would just begin with that on the next line. Okay. So then the title of the website, project or book in italics. Before we had access to online source materials, we lived mainly in books. And so the title of the website works like the title of a book. The article name in quotation marks works like the chapter or a section in that book. So then the title of the website, project or book would be in italics. And so if we scroll back up and we look at the italics, the title of the website, the title of the website for here would be Purdue Online Writing Lab. That would be italicized. Okay. And then any version numbers, we don't see any version numbers. Publisher, hold on for a minute. So version numbers, let me see. Usually if you're going to see version numbers, it's going to say that. Posting dates. Let's see. So if I scroll all the way down to the bottom of the screen, I'm just going to do it quickly. Usually you'll see some sort of posting date or something like that, right? If you don't see that, then you just keep going. The posting date for an online article like you would find on Investopedia or HuffPost or New York Times, that would be the date. It will be considered the last date of update. Okay. Then the publisher information is the actual publisher. So again, if we were looking at it from a book standpoint, it would be, say, Bedford St. Martin's, McGraw-Hill as book publishers. When it comes to a website, it's the actual department or organization that has put this information online. So if we go back up, then the publisher would be Purdue OWL College of Liberal Arts. That could also be the sponsor. So then it might be Purdue University, then Purdue OWL College of Liberal Arts. But College of Liberal Arts are responsible for the information that you see online. The university then, of course, is on top of them. Okay. And then take note of any page numbers. Most electronic sources don't have page numbers. They're not paginated unless you actually print it out, but it's not necessary. Then you need the website address. The website address is going to be here, owl.purdue.edu, and then information about that. And then the date that you access the material is the date that you accessed it. So today I'm accessing it for this video on January 3rd, 2024. Okay. And then there's a period after that. Okay, so that's your basic style for citations of electronic sources. Now I'm going to introduce you to the other part of this. Here is the format for it. And then the other part, if you were citing an entire website, this is an example. Okay, if you were citing a course or department website, if you were citing a page on a website, if you were citing an ebook, an image, an article in a web magazine, an article in an online scholarly journal depends. There are two types, whether you'll see this more in my English 1301, English 1302 courses where we do work with journal articles, but it could be one that is where the scholarly journal is online only. It doesn't have a printing counterpart. Or it can be an online scholarly journal article where it also appears in print. Okay, so those are two types. And then article in a database, email, blog posting. You can even format a tweet, and then a YouTube video, and then as well as a comment on a website or article. So these are the different ways to cite electronic sources under several categories to be safe until it is time for you to create an entry for any of the other categories. Stay here. Basic style for citations of electronic sources. And this is your list that you want to look at. So this is introducing the Purdue OWL MLA Works Cited Electronic Sources Web Publications. I'm going to have to create another video for how to cite one of either the articles or just give you a quick citation of this particular source material. All right. Thank you very much for listening.